Will Ladies' Night be relegated to history? The marketing ploy that lets women pay less than men for food and drinks has typically been good for business. Simply, a large crowd of women tends to draw more men and in turn more money. But a family-owned restaurant in Lima in the San Francisco area is the latest casualty of woke policies. It can no longer afford to stay open after it settled a ladies' night discrimination lawsuit, which was initially filed in 2023. The Unruh Civil Rights Act, a California law established in 1959, says businesses cannot discriminate against religion, race, and gender. That means Lima's ladies' night promotion offering women drinks, including wine, at half price for 3 hours each week, was no longer allowed. Plaintiffs said Lima's ladies' night violated the equal rights of men and transgender individuals who don't identify as female. John Marquez, the chef and owner of Lima, told ABC News, "It's a frivolous lawsuit that took us down. It's just ambulance-chasing lawyers."
Lima is not the first small business to be sued over a ladies' night promotion. Since UNRWA's enactment, a slew of lawsuits have occurred. This has led to a steep drop in ladies' night promotions. Rebecca Neiman, professor at the University of San Diego, says, quote, "A lot of these small mom-and-pop type bars might not know about this law, which is why you see these lawsuits still happening with these extremely small proprietors." Many patrons are distraught over Lima's closure, some posting on Facebook that people are, quote, "nowadays too narrow-minded and too sensitive to whatever's revolving around them, filing a lawsuit for the sake of destroying someone's livelihood." "This is horrible," someone else wrote. "You guys had the best Peruvian food in the Bay Area." Author and television personality Carol Roth wrote on X, "This is both sad and infuriating. All this BS does is destroy a small family business shutting down after being sued for discrimination for having a ladies' night promotion. California, of course." Co-host of the Outlaws radio show, Darvio Morrow, weighed in, "This is both sad and infuriating." That's the same quote, right? The script has the previous quote. So I can see the tweet. So let's just go back to where he weighs in and I'll read it off the tweet. You see what I mean the problem is? Okay, I'll go from there. Co-host of the Outlaws radio show, Davio Morrow, excuse me, "This is not just stupid, but it's dangerous. This is the kind of crap that gives ammunition to nefarious actors who want to dismantle civil rights protections in this country. Because some stupid bureaucrat takes it to the extreme and ends up doing foolishness like this." Where do you stand on Ladies' Night, Amber?
I'm pro Ladies' Night.
Excellent.
Look, I think it's unfortunate that we basically tried to do away with any sort of single-sex distinction in this country. I mean, whether it was 5 years ago, women were suing to get rid of single-sex clubs at places like Harvard and Yale, and now we've got people doing the opposite to try to get rid of Ladies' Night at a local mom-and-pop bar. I think it's just unfortunate. Men and women aren't the same. I think, having distinctions between them is a good thing. And when you have a civil rights law that goes too far and allows, as this woman said, bureaucrats to sort of take advantage of this and create this sort of divisive narrative, I don't think that's good for anybody.
No, I agree with you on that. And I mean, I think that some of these lawsuits are obviously sort of what used to be called vexatious litigants, people taking lawsuits for the sake of it or purely for financial gain. There have been a number of these lawsuits, and we said woke in the introduction. I'm not sure that may have been the initial purpose of the law, except that word was not used in 1959. But there's one particular lawyer who's taken a lot of these cases against women-only events or female-oriented actions, and some of them are very, very flippant in my view. There was, for example, the same lawyer was involved in a case where men sued because they weren't permitted to attend a women's golf clinic, which seems kind of crazy. There've been another case in relation to a baseball team that gave out free bucket hats for Mother's Day, I guess, geared toward female attendees, and they sued over that. So these are just sort of gratuitous lawsuits to stop something that is in essence harmless, and I don't find that very useful to anybody.
Yeah, so given that context, it sounds like these are perhaps men retaliating against women entering male-only spaces, and they're trying to prove a point, so to speak, about if women can invade male spaces, then men can invade women's spaces, and nobody gets anything. Basically, if I can't have it, you can't have it. This is why we can't have nice things. I understand the motivation there and the frustration at women sort of joining either single-sex men's clubs, or another example is the Boy Scouts, allowing girls to enter that organization. I'm opposed to all of that, and it's just sad that we've gotten to a place where now it's going the other direction too, and we're all going to lose everything in regards to sex distinctions.
I just think people should be a bit more grown up about these things and not constantly be looking for reasons to sue. But anyway.
Yeah, I agree. All right, men stay out of women's spaces, women stay out of men's spaces, and then we can all be happy.
Perfect.
That's going to do it for us today on Rising. As always, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And for those of you who like to listen while on the go, we are now available anywhere you listen to podcasts.